Hello! Welcome back to Dangercraft. This is episode 2. Today, we do lots of different things. One thing to keep in mind, I'll be using gameplay from my stream, so some parts of this video won't be a full 1080p, as I stream in 720p at 60 FPS. So, the first thing I wanted to do is to build another shop. I saw a sign at spawn which said we need some copyable letter banners, so I thought about setting up a banner shop. I just wanted a place to sell physical goods rather than a service. Unfortunately, while scouting the area on my stream, I overlooked a sign claiming the area. My build was pretty much complete by the time I noticed the sign, as a spot was claimed by Freddy. He pointed this out by putting signs pointing to his sign. After seeing his sign, I began deconstructing my build, and I offered him some compensation in the form of diamonds on Discord, but he didn't respond as of yet. Next, I decided to kill the Ender Dragon so I can get an elytra and some shulker boxes. But first, let's just say I'm a little bit reckless while gathering the resources to fight the dragon. So first up is the Enderman Farm by Fan of Bread. He asked me if I had Sweeping Edge on my sword. I didn't. He then proceeded to gift me a Sweeping Edge book for my sword. This is a really nice gift from Bread, and I appreciate it a lot. Now that I have a bow, I went to the Nether to gather some ghast tears so I could respawn the Ender Dragon. Unfortunately, I did something quite stupid, and this happened. This was quite unfortunate, but also funny. After a lot of grinding, caving, and a few trips to the Enderman Farm, I managed to get the bow I wanted. I got so many diamonds from caving, as I plan on using the diamonds for something special for the other server members. Now, I will gather the ingredients for the end crystals required to respawn the Ender Dragon. Now it's time to take on the Ender Dragon. I set my spawn point in the stronghold, and I jump right in. This wasn't an easy fight for me, but I felt it was pretty much mandatory. I did die a few times, but I managed to kill the Ender Dragon. And I finally got my elytra. Fan of Bread wanted me to meet him in the Nether Hub after my victory. He gave me some firework rockets, which helped out a lot. I now want to explore the end to find an end city. I need choco boxes. My expectations were pretty low about whether I would find one that hasn't been raided. But to my surprise, I found one. This is great, I got so many shulker boxes from this end city. Unfortunately, I died in the process. I was pretty far out in the end, and I didn't have my coordinates turned on at the time of death. It was a struggle to navigate back to the entity, but I managed to do it. I completely decimated all of the shulkers. I was even lucky enough to find another elytra, as there was an end ship. I also got a beacon from the end ship. Now that I've got a bunch of shulker boxes, I decided to go mining again. I got a lot more diamonds. I want to give everybody a full set of diamond armor and tools, enchanted at level 30. I've got a lot of people on my list. So far, after calculating the cost, it comes out to around 7 stacks of diamonds. At this point, I only had around 2.5 stacks of diamonds, but I decided to go ahead with what I've got. So I stopped by Fan of Bread space, and I gave him a gift. His armor and tools are inside. He also gets 2 shulker boxes. I also did the same for Sin, who is another player on the server. I wanted to give Bread something somewhat useful, as he helped me out a lot. This is going to take a long time to get all of the diamonds, and I'll probably do it on stream despite mining being quite a boring task to watch. Next on my agenda was to obtain mending on my elytra. So I messaged Touched Every, requesting him to restock his bookshop. He's another member on the server. His mending books sell like hotcakes. He was nice enough to restock the shop. But by this point, Bread had already given me a mending book. I tried to pay for it, but he gave me my diamonds back. It was really nice of him to give me this mending book. Now I went back to my base and I moved my storage downstairs, as I wanted it to be a bit nicer. Eventually I'll sort out my items, but for now, this solution will do. I also built a little hut outside of my hill with the resources I got from tearing down my shop. I think it looks pretty nice. At this point I can't make any more progress, as the server has been migrated to a new host. So now on the server it's pretty much the purge, as nothing will be saved. We can do whatever we want, grief, kill, steal, it's all legal now. Once the migration finishes and the server is set up, everything will go back to normal. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of A Day in Dangercraft. I'm going to discuss a few things before I leave, but the video is pretty much over, so feel free to leave if you feel so inclined. In episode 1 of A Day in Dangercraft, I constructed a shop that sells advertisements in the forms of skits. Another server member has pointed out to me that this idea has already been done by another person, on a different server. I feel like I need to maintain my integrity. I've been making skits for a while now. I've uploaded one back on the 10th of June. Here's a clip. Before we do anything else, Steve, the Blackback Lumberjack has sponsored this episode of Walk Pork Guild Build and has offered to supply any materials we may need. I ended up keeping it on unlisted as it was quite crude. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, and it's just a coincidence that someone else has came up with a similar idea as mine. And to my knowledge, this was an original idea. Don't get me wrong, I give credit where credit is due. Just look at my other videos. If I got this idea from somebody else, I would be more than happy to give credit, but I didn't. My service is still somewhat different, as mine is an advertisement of an establishment as a skit, with some attempts at comedy, where his is supposed to be a professional advertisement. Do what you will with this information, I have no reason to lie. Believe what you want. I'll be live streaming Dangercraft on Twitch. The link's in the description if you want to check out my stream. My stream also uses a different style to my videos. I use live commentary. The audio isn't the cleanest, but if you're interested, you know where the link is. Thanks for watching.